What's shaking, guys? My name is Luke Dancy, and welcome to this very special Facebook Live event. We are treading on brand new territory. That's right, we are experiencing things now in a whole new way, and we are so proud to bring you this interactive, fun experience today. I am proud to tell you two very important things. Number one, I am officially now part of the Murphy's team. I am here, and I am so stoked to bring you more and more interactive experiences when it comes to the things that Murphy's can provide for you. Yes, the world's largest magic distributor. That's right. All the magic that you love and all the magic that you want to get your hands on, that you want to know more about. We're going to hook you up. That way you can make all the best educated decisions about the stuff that you are interested in. We have all the fun toys, and we're going to be able to hook you up with more and more information about those. So hello to all my friends out there. It is so good to be here, find my place here with Murphy's, and I can't wait to show you literally what else we have in store for you. Also, today is a very, very special thing for us here on Facebook Live. We will be telling you about Magma by Kyle Marlette. So a little while back here, I did an interview with Kyle. We talked about some of the ins and outs about Magma, stuff that we know people have questions about when it comes to this stuff. You know, we've been posting some teasers up on YouTube and our socials, and we've been seeing those questions pop up, which is really good that you guys are communicating to us what you'd like to know more about when it comes to something like Magma. So I've collected some questions that I've seen you guys posting, and I've put them together in a little list, and I asked Kyle some of those questions for you. So this way you can learn more about what this is, if it's right for you, and just all those fine details that I'm sure that as a consumer, someone that is a performer and out there doing magic and stuff, you'll want to know about this stuff, and you deserve to know, right? So that is what we'll be talking about today. We got Magma, a couple other fun things to tell you about as well, which I should probably do right about now. One of the other really fun things that we're going to be doing is really getting plugged in with you on our social media. Over on Instagram in particular here, we are starting now to post a lot of fun content. We've got some teaser videos. This is one for Coin. As you can see here, Eric Chin and Coin. Watch this. This is sick. Bam. Yeah, that's a technique. That's not a gimmick, guys. We also post other teasers and other pictures and stuff there. So make sure you're checking us out on Instagram. We're going to be posting more and more fun stuff over there. I can guarantee it. Also, over on Twitter, we're very, very busy over there, having a lot of fun with Twitter. And you can find us there. You can see the name right there, at Murphy's Magic. That's right. This is going to be your spot to keep up with us and what's going on. We also love to share your stuff. I shared something a little while ago. Someone was doing Revolution, and you can see it here. This is guy. He's actually recovering from cancer, so I want to give him a shout out here. You can see he's chilling out there and having a little coffee while he's doing Revolution. Well, a little kiss. That's not too shabby. So yeah, you can see that we're out there. Not only are we posting our own content, but we're also sharing the stuff that you guys are posting when it comes to magic and things like that. So make sure you are being interactive with us and keeping up with us on Twitter, and like I said just a moment ago as well, over on Instagram. Those are some fun spots. Of course, right now you're here with me on Facebook, so you know how to find us on Facebook already. So that is good as well. So enough talk about all this fun new stuff. This is stuff that is going to be happening more and more, and I'm so stoked to be here and to bring it to you. And today I'm very stoked to bring you, once again, the interview with Kyle. So what I'd like to do first, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to throw the trailer up for you. Have you check out the trailer for Magma. This is a black label item. Official launch date June 23rd. It is available right now at your favorite magic dealer as a pre-order item, so you can pick it up now if you want to. So I'm going to show you the trailer, then we'll come back. I'll talk to you a little bit about what's going on, and then I'm going to run the interview that I have with Kyle, where you can learn more about the ins and outs when it comes to Magma. All right, so check out the trailer. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, Kyle Marlette here, and this is Magma. So what is Magma? Magma is a utility device that allows your hand to glow in a superhero-like fashion. No thumb tips, no pulls, no strings, no magnets. You can perform this naked. I created Magma because I wanted a device that will allow magic to be more visual. Imagine taking a simple coin bin. When you would place it in your hand, you would never see the coin bin because it happens in the hand. But now, with Magma, you visibly, because of the heat and because of your hand glowing, visibly get to see that coin bend in your hand. I'm Kyle Marlette, and this is Magma.
All right, my friends, and there you have it. That is the official trailer for Magma. I know that a lot of you have been seeing the teasers pop up, and just to see how crazy this really is, you know what I mean? You're able to make your hand glow red, like there's like some kind of like energy and heat and stuff going on in there. Super, super cool. Kyle was kind enough before the interview, which I'm going to run for you in just a moment, to share some of the workings, the inner workings of the gimmick. He showed it to me on camera. I couldn't believe just how much work went into this. When you see this, when you literally get this in your hands and you start to play with it, you're going to see just how cool it is. First of all, it's very, very well designed. A lot of effort went into it. And that's something I do want to say. I think I mentioned this on the interview, but when it comes to things like product like Magma, there is time invested and there's money invested to bring the product to market. If we didn't believe in this product, we wouldn't have taken this time. We would not have taken the energy and the effort to produce something like this, because it's not cheap to do that. So if we didn't believe in it, we would not be offering it up to you. This is a black label item. We're very picky about the type of things we put out when it comes to a black label item. So I want to make that very, very clear. When you see this, it's so much more than just a simple little thing. And Kyle's going to tell you more about that in the interview. But I just want to say that up front, because when I did see it, it actually surprised me with just how cool it really is. And I think for the price point, I was also very surprised that it's so low in price, to be honest, with all the work and stuff that goes on in it. So anyway, enough talk from me. I know you guys are excited. Thank you, by the way, for joining us here on this live event. If you would like to get interactive too, you can post your questions and comments below. They'll stay there. We can get in. We can answer them for you as well. And also, if you have other magician friends, make sure to share this right now. Share the link. Tell all your friends, whether it's tell them on Twitter, tell them on Facebook, and share on, just tell all your friends we're hanging out and we're talking about Magma today. This is going to be a brand new experience, this live experience that we're going to keep doing for you and with you, because we know that this is what you want. You want the information, and we want to give it to you so you can make these decisions about these type of products. Because we know the magic market has a lot of stuff out there, but at the same time, we want to make sure that it is the stuff that's good for you. All right. And what's good for you right now is an interview with Mr. Kyle Marlette talking all about Magma. You've heard me talk enough. Now I'm sure you want to hear from the man himself. So get ready for my interview with Kyle. I'll be back, wrap up a few more things for you, and I hope you're enjoying this very special live event. We've got much, much more to come, so I'll see you in just a few minutes. About Magma. Well, we're about to. Anyway, we're going to give you the ins and outs, the early days of where it came from, and how it was developed, used, and now who it's right for. So Kyle, first of all, thank you for joining me for this interview. I know normally you're the guy interviewing other people.
Sure,
so
of course.
we're going to mix things up today. How's that sound?
Yeah, it sounds awesome. I'm excited.
Cool. Well, we are all excited about Magma. This is one of those things where I saw the trailer, and what you can do looks like superheroes / real life special effects, which is all for the win. So, yeah, I guess let's go back to the early days.
Sure.
Where did this come from? Where did Magma originate from? Where did it come from? And just
Well,
how?
so I'm a big nerd, which most people know. I mean, I have nerd tattooed on my arm. Like, I'm a big nerd, and I love comic books. I have comic books on my desk right now, and movies and things like that. So it really did come from the fascination of wanting to become like give the illusion that you're a real life superhero. And then I originally had the idea to actually build the gimmick into what, because I was working on a TV show where specifically we wanted to give that illusion of a superhero like power, where the magician would be like behind bars, like a jail cell, for example, and he would have a magma in each hand and pull the
Nice.
bars apart, strength and like Iron Man like ability. And I built a prototype for that show, well, two prototypes for that show, and we just never ended up using it. And the more I played around with it, and the more I performed it and showed people, the more I realized there was a ton of potential into it. Now, the thing that I made to the thing that it is now, and Luke, you've seen the behind the scenes of it, is 100% different, like 1,000% different. What we have now is a perfect gimmick. We have a perfect gimmick. Like, there's nothing that I would change about this. And really, it comes down to, working with Murphy's and working back and forth with our builders, because we could have released this a long time ago, but it wasn't perfect. And I wanted it to be perfect because, it's a higher, it's a more elite item.
Yes.
And I didn't want anybody to feel like they didn't get like a perfect item. And I personally, like, I release tricks to the community, and I love sharing my magic with the community and lecturing, but I don't release a lot. And it's because everything that I release is stuff that I actually perform and actually do. So if I don't think it's perfect, then I know other people aren't going to think it's perfect. But Magma it's exceptional. I mean, it's perfect. There's nothing I would change to it. So the amount of work that went into it was nuts. I mean, it was hours and hours and weeks and months of work went into this one little thing.
Well, I'm going to stop you right there, because one important thing people need to realize is there was a lot of R&D that went into this. There's a lot of time and effort. And if it wasn't something that we really believed in, we would have never gone this far with it. So I think that says a lot about the product and the idea in general,
Sure. And also, I'll tell you. So just I can't show the gimmick, even though it's so good.
It is.
But I will tell you what it's not, because we posted teasers, and I guess by the time this airs, it's the full trailer will be out.
Yes.
So you see what it is, but what it's not is it's not a thumb tip. It's not like other light up gimmicks out there. It's not just an LED hidden in your hand. Right. There's so much thought that went into this, and even just like, for example, it's fully rechargeable. It's all USB rechargeable, so there's no battery, and even that detail, like, it took us so much to get to that. Originally, they were like, we can only put a battery in there, we can't make it USB, but that wasn't acceptable because we wanted it to be practical. We didn't have to go out and buy batteries and find the right batteries and replace them. But so much went into it just to make it unlike anything that's ever been done before, and unlike any method. So, for example, another question is, what type of lighting situation can you perform this? Now,
right.
It works. I mean, science is the same for no matter what type of light. So, like, if you're in the middle of a park on a sunny summer afternoon, if you brought out your flashlight on your phone, you wouldn't be able to see it. Now, with this, you can still see it in bright daylight. It's not going to be as bright and as vibrant, but you'll still be able to see it. It will be more faint, which is just how, there's nothing we can do about that. That's just how science works. But like in a restaurant, bar, like I'm, in a home right now with a bunch of windows, and you'll still be able to see it fine. And but especially like in a bar and restaurant where it's more, atmosphere, and it's incredible how well it looks. And the other thing is, yes, I teach a couple routines with Magma, but really this was a utility item because there are so many pre-existing effects that we all do that this can enhance. So one major reason why I created Magma is because I love visual magic. I mean, almost every single effect I've ever created for myself or for TV has always been highly visual. So, for example, if you take a classic just coin bin and you were to place a coin in your hand, squeeze it, and now it's spent, that's great. That's a good trick. But you didn't see anything. There was nothing to be seen. So it's in your hand and you're doing this mysterious magic-y thing, but there's nothing you can see, right? So with Magma, you now take an unvisual trick and make it visual because now they see your hand heating up to this superhero-like
Right.
fashion, and they understand something is going on in your hand. And now when you open up your hand, and its coins bent, now it's like a whole nother level. So this is something that you can take and put into any metal bending items you have, like coins or forks or spoons or whatever. But also, like if you add it with like a previous smoke device that you might already own, it looks like amazing. You saw that in the trailer. Or if you even just a simple color change, like a color changing deck, where like if you take a blue deck and wave, and the light just magically just it comes out of nowhere, and as you wave, it turns red. Like even that enhances a color change, which is already normally visual, but now it takes it to a whole different level, you know?
Right. Well, I wanted to ask you a question about something that you were mentioning that I think is important. That is the USB charge. So, with the
Mm-hmm.
charging system, you plug it in, you charge the unit. About how much life can someone get from a charge?
Yeah, it's a great question. So you get about 100 squeezes, 100 lights per charge,
Okay.
which is really great because that's a long time.
Mhm.
But also to recharge it, it really only takes like 15 minutes or so. It doesn't
Wow.
take long to recharge, and you can charge it, via your car if you have a USB plug or something like that. Now, there's something really great which I think I can talk about without going into exposure. We actually put two indicator lights on the gimmick, and this is how much thought we put really behind it. So, two things happen when you squeeze it. A green light that comes on that's very, very faint, and you're the only one who can see it because of the way the gimmick is positioned. And when that green light blinks just for a couple seconds, that indicates that you only have about 10 or so squeezes left.
Okay.
So we even put the thought behind it, that because I didn't want a magician to bring it out and all of a sudden he goes to do it and it doesn't work because it's dead and you didn't know it was going to die. So like this indicates that you're going to do that. And then when you plug it in, there's a blinking red light, and when that light goes away, it's fully charged. So like that's even more thought that we put into it that we didn't really need to do, but I wanted to make sure that magician didn't bring it out and put himself in a bad situation by it not working.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it just goes again, guys, to show you that the thought that goes into this, it's not just let's throw this together, put it out. I mean, this is for the the working magician, the people that are out there are
Sure.
working need to know if the thing's going to work when it's supposed to, which is really important. And
Right.
I guess that's kind of like another segue for us to talk about. You mentioned this is great for people to use with existing things like a coin bend or
Sure.
metal bending, but skill level wise, based on what the gimmick is and how it works, what type of person would be able to pick this up and start doing it and adding it in and finding ways to use it? That's always a
I
big
don't.
question.
Sure, I don't want to speak for everyone because everyone's skill level is going to be differently, but
Sure.
I would say it's self working, and maybe I mean, what do you think, Gimli? You've seen it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I think
it's
someone
pretty
with a
much
basic familiarity with palming, sleight of hand, comfortable in their own skin when it comes to basic sleight of hand, I think would feel very comfortable with this. Skill level wise, definitely lower on the totem scale, beginner
sure.
esque. But I think someone
Right.
that just is brand new to Magic, it might feel a little awkward.
Well, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
weird thing to have there. But yeah, it really takes no time to get comfortable with it, and
Yes.
also this item is like a pre-existing thing that's been out there. It's been around forever. But even taking the electronics aside and whatnot, the specialty part of it aside, even the basic gimmick, which most will be familiar with once you see it, is unlike any version that's ever been created. And I can't talk too much about it, but I really thought about it, and I took what was wrong with the classic thing, and I tried to make it better, and what I thought was missing from it, and the details that I thought were missing with it. And once you receive it, and once you open it up, you'll see immediately the difference if you're familiar with the classic item, because it's unlike any classic gimmick ever
Yep.
created. So.
Yeah, totally. I mean, when I saw this and I saw the true quote unquote flexibility of the gimmick, I
Right.
was like, wow, this is really smart, really well thought out, and really practical for people to use and feel comfortable with. So
It
when you
is funny
guys
because
see this,
I even, well, sorry, just real quick. So going on that, I showed this to a very, very well known sleight of hand magician just the other day at a party, and he he was fooled because I was using a gimmick that he knew I couldn't use in the fashion that I'm using, but it's the gimmick that he thought I was using. But then he was fooled. Does that make sense? Like he thought it was one thing, but then he was like, "No, there's no way that could be that because
sure.
he's, I'm doing things that you wouldn't be possible with." And then when I showed him, he was very angry because he debunked himself because he thought it was one thing, but it's not. It really is the thing he thought. So go on. It's fun.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, also, and I mean this, Kyle, this is probably one of my favorite things you've ever come out with because of just how real it looks. You know, you've put out some really great visual stuff, but this
Sure.
thing, like, if you were really going to be able to do magic, and I know it sounds cheese, but if you really could do magic, this is pretty much what it would look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's what I'm aiming for, and that's kind of my philosophy on creating magic. I mean, I kind of started that philosophy in magic and creating my own magic. That is about a year and a half ago. Like, I wanted magic. This is going to sound like a very ego-y thing, and this is a whole different topic. But I wanted magic to be legendary, and that's a hard shoe to fill. Like, you can't just say, okay, well, my magic's legendary. You can't do that. But I wanted people to remember mind-blowing things, and card tricks are great and other tricks are great, and the magic I've previously created are great, but is it legendary? Do people continue telling people over and over? Is it like the bigger fish story? It gets more and more crazy every time you tell it, and for Magma, I mean, there's nothing else out there like it, and it really truly is the closest thing that I've ever created, at least, to real magic, like that, to harness power and to use it to melt items, or change items, deform items, is really the closest thing. And especially, I think magicians should totally eat this up because, like I said, I'm a big nerd, but like, superhero movies are the thing now, and they're multi-billion-dollar movies, some of them. So you should totally eat this up and go along with your patter, or mention, like, like you guys like the X-Men. I just learned I have this capability. I'm a mutant power or whatever, and now you go into it because, like, it's just such relevant.
Yeah.
Everybody knows and understands kind of superhero powers now.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're absolutely right. Superhero movies, they're here and they're not going anywhere.
No,
At least for the time being. Marvel's got that wrapped up pretty tight.
sure.
But are there any other like last bits about Magma? Because it is close to your heart. It's something that you've developed and worked on and used. So
Sure.
is there any like detail or one thing about Magma that I may have missed here or that maybe you wanted to mention? Because it is your baby and we're starting to now let the world have that. So
Sure. I don't think so.
okay.
I guess, and I think I've said this, but like, I'm incredibly proud of this, and I really believe that when you get it, you're going to realize how much work went into it and
Yes.
how much thought and detail. And like, I really, and I don't want to say this because I'm sure someone will find something wrong with it, but I really think that you're going to love it, and really think that you're going to use it, and I really think that you're going to understand that there's nothing wrong with it. Like, everybody can always pick and choose something from a gimmick that they didn't like or wish that it could have been done differently, but to me, and I know I've said this, so I'm sorry, but this is truly perfect. So I really believe that everyone's going to love it, and you're going to get a lot of use out of it.
Well, I think the coolest thing is when people look at this and they see it, they're going to go, wow. I mean, when they see what went in this and what it is and how well put together it really is, I think the quality will speak for itself. And of course, the effect that you can do with it will definitely speak for itself too. So, yeah, Magma, big hit. I'm sure we'll be seeing people all over Instagram and
Sure.
Facebook, like
Right.
making their hands glow red. It's going to be great.
Hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kyle, I did want to ask you one more thing before I let you go, because I know you are a busy guy. You're up to a lot of
Sure.
stuff, and you tiptoed around some of the things you're up to. But if people want to keep up with you in general, so they can see what you're doing and kind of keep up with what's going on, when it comes to social media and all that good stuff, where can people
Sure.
keep up with you, and where should they find you so they don't miss a thing
Um,
that you're up to?
just everywhere. I'm more busy on like Snapchat, which is just my name. All my social media is just my full name, Kyle Marlette. And so Snapchat and Instagram, lots of Instagramming, and Facebook, of course. And then I have like you can go to my site, which is kylemarlette.tv, and I'm going on tour. In July, I'm going to go to India, and September, I'm doing a lecture tour all over the UK and in a couple of parts of Europe. So I have a lot of UK magician friends and fans, and I know I don't really get to go over there maybe like once a year, twice a year. This is my first lecture tour over there, so I'm very excited to head over and share this, and I'll have Magmas with me as part of my lecture, and I have a couple effects that aren't on the instructions that I will be teaching in my lecture with Magma. Yeah, I'm really excited. So hopefully, if you're in the UK, come say hello to me. There's like a lecture almost every single night.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just all the basics.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, keep up with Kyle, and you will see more and more what he's up to, because some of the stuff he told me, you will be seeing him in more and more places. We'll just leave it like that. Right, Kyle?
Right.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get back to this live stream in just a moment, so hang on tight. We're having a lot of fun with you guys. So, yeah, I'll be back in just a sec. All right, and here we are. We are back with you. Hope you enjoyed the interview with Kyle. It was a lot of fun. And like I said before, if maybe you missed the beginning of the show, one of the things that we're really excited to do now is when we post these teasers or these pre-sale notifications that something's coming up as a pre-sale, you have time to post those questions about the products so that even before they're released, you can ask the questions and I see the stuff. I'm behind the scenes, maybe back there with all the Murphy social stuff, and I'm checking out the questions. I'm also trying to help answer day-to-day questions for you as well. So if you have questions about magic effects or just maybe some magic stuff in general, I'm more than happy to help you out. But I guess what I'm getting at is, if you do have these questions about products and you're looking for the answers, we have the products. We are the source. We're the supplier for all the magic shops. So if you really do want to know more about the products that are coming out, all you have to do is ask, and it's that easy, right? Once again, if you did miss the beginning of the show, there are some really easy ways to keep up with us outside of the Facebook page you're on right now. You can find us over on Instagram. Just look for us there. That is at Murphy's Magic. Mentioned it before, we post pictures and videos, and we actually like to share some of your content as well from time to time. This was a nice shot from one of our friends. We always like to give credit and show what the good stuff is. So if you haven't yet, make sure you are keeping up with us, I should say, over on Instagram. It is a really fun platform that we enjoy using, and also seeing what you're posting. So if you have products, maybe it's a black label item or just some magic stuff in general that you've purchased, make sure you use the hashtag Murphy's Magic, and we keep up with it and see it and share it as we go forward too. That sounds pretty cool, right? The other place, of course, to check out what's going on is, let me pull up my Twitter. We've got Twitter here, that is at Murphy's Magic as well. Very easy to keep up with and to ask questions in real time to find out what's going on. We're also retweeting stuff a lot. We're sharing stuff every day, magic related, whether it's news or whether it is your stuff. We love to see what you're up to. So if you haven't yet, make sure you are following us over on Twitter. It's super, super easy, and we are once again there for you day in and day out. So when it comes to all this magic stuff that's going on, you know where to find us. Now it's up to you to actually use that information to your own benefit, right? Cool. Well, I have given you all I've got for this week's episode. We're going to be doing these more and more. So if you have a friend that hasn't liked the Murphy's Magic page here on Facebook, that's facebook.com/Murphy's Magic Supplies, make sure that they do, because when we go live, you get notified at the top that we're live. And so these videos will be live for you. moving forward, we will do more and more interactive stuff. So I'll come on, I'll look at the comments that are going on below, because I know there's comments going on below right now and they're saved, and we will be doing more interactive stuff with you in real time. This episode is a way for me to say hello, to say that I am officially part of the team and I'm glad to be here. I'm also going to start to bring you some podcast stuff. So if you're the type of person that likes to plug in your headphones when you're out and about and hear some magic news and interviews, I've got you covered there too. We're doing this and some other really fun stuff too. So my goal is to bring an interactive element to you and for you, because I know that when it comes to this stuff, things are coming out so quickly. There's so much stuff coming out now that you should have the information and the knowledge when it comes to the stuff that you want to pick up. So that'll be me. I'll be here for you, and I'm looking forward to that. So it's going to be fun. You know, a lot of great stuff is going on, and I'm stoked to have you guys along for the ride. So cool. Yeah. And again, thank you to Kyle for his time, for chatting with me and answering some of the interview questions, I should say, about Magma. And I can't wait, literally, for you guys to get your hands on it and to post those videos. Like I said before, post those videos up on the socials. Use the hashtag Murphy's Magic. We can see them. I will be sharing them. And yeah, we love to see it. So don't be shy. You know, that's what this social media stuff should be about. It's not just, here, look at what I'm doing. It should be about, look, you're doing this, so let me share it and spread the word. And let's, you know what I mean? So it should be a two-way street. And we're making a point to do that moving forward. And I hope that you'll come along for the ride and join us during that. Also over on Twitter, I'm going to start pulling back the Magician Monday. That's right. I used to do these a while back. Kind of dropped off a little bit, but now I am so excited to bring these back on Mondays. If you'd like to get in on the action, just hit us up on Twitter. Use the hashtag Magician Monday. And basically what it is we tell other people about magicians we think you should follow. So if you want to be on that list of people that you think people, you know, should be following when it comes to magicians, let us know, and I'll add you to that list, and I'll make sure you get included in that every Monday. It's just a great way to kick off the week. It's a great way to connect with other magicians, to support and to see what we're all up to together, right? And we'll also be bringing some contests and giveaways and some more fun stuff forward. This was just my way of coming out and saying, hello, I'm here, I'm with you, and we're going to do some fun stuff together. So now you know officially that I'm here with you, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure I'll also be popping up at some conventions and stuff like that. And don't forget as well, if you have some magic that you've been sitting on, some stuff you've been working on, we've got the Black Label line of products. You saw how sweet the trailer was for Magma, right? I mean, come on. And we do a lot of other fun stuff. So if you have something you've been like brewing on, some original magic that you've been developing and sitting on, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see what you're up to. We have an amazing team, and we'd love to talk about working with you when it comes to submitting your original magic. It is one of the things that we take a lot of pride in, and we'd love to work with creative people just like you. That's right. Also, don't forget, when it comes to magicians and interactive experiences, we do the At the Table live experience every other week, pretty much, right? It's like this consistent schedule now, but the one thing that has changed is the time. I want to make sure you're aware of that. The At the Table lectures are now at 6 o'clock Eastern instead of the usual time, which I believe was 7 or 7:30. So it's now 6 o'clock Eastern time. That's 3 Pacific time. And we have an amazing lineup of people that we're sure you're going to want to see. Let me just pull up my list of people that we've got coming up in the near future so I can give you the breakdown on who you can be expecting when it comes to the At the Table experience. You know, these are a lot of fun, and they are live. We know a lot of people, they have schedules and they can't get in live like this. However, moving forward, we will definitely have some more live stuff, but also this stuff will live after the fact. This video you're watching right now will live on this Facebook page, probably on our YouTube channel too, as well. So we've got, in July, we've got Chris Brown, Orbit Brown. He'll be here. Stephen Brundage as well in July. So he's the Rubik's Cube guy that just went viral all over the internet. Coming up in August, we've got a couple of different people. We've got Kyle Marlett, one of my good friends. Stoked to see what he's got in store. And it looks like in the later part of August, we have a duo lecture. 2 guys for the price of 1, Daryl Davis and Daryl Williams. So that'll get us through to August. So At the Table experience, if you can't check them out, they are available on demand after the fact too, so don't miss those. They're pretty cool, jam-packed with material. I mean, I look at the list of the things that guys are teaching, and it's like, you're paying this much money for this much stuff? Like, it's pretty cool. So anyway, enough rambling about that stuff. I'm going to wrap up this stream. I just want to hang out, give you kind of an update, because we are excited magic is such a thing. People think, oh, it's, we're just one thing after another to sell. We love magic. We love this stuff. And I'll also have a lot of other unique, fun content to start sharing with you. So don't miss any of the social channels that we're on. Make sure that you are connected with us on Twitter, on Instagram, of course, here on Facebook. And you won't miss any of that fun stuff. And we can't wait, once again, to see what you're up to with the magic that you are working on, right? So keep practicing, keep doing it. And never forget, really, why you picked up magic in the first place. I think a lot of people, it becomes this cycle of next trick, but why did you want to start doing it in the first place? Right? Cool. Well, I am thankful to have you here today. It's been fun. It's been good. Moving forward, I'll be definitely checking out those comments below. So if you've been chatting below, sorry I didn't get to you. I'm trying to get all this going for the first time. And I'll definitely be back next time to, in real time, be chatting with you down there. But thanks for the comments. I'll definitely get in there, and I'll be typing with you during the going in and answering questions, because the comments are saved afterwards too. So I can go in even after the fact and try to answer your questions. So if you had them, even if you have questions now or after the fact, post them, and I'll get in there and help you out, okay? Cool. All right, well, thanks for joining me today. This has been a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it all over again. And yeah, get ready for more and more live stuff from us. So yeah, I am out of here. Thanks again to Kyle Marlette for joining me. Thanks to you for joining me. And I will catch you next time here for another fun, interactive live experience. Peace.